Tell me when you're rolling.
I am rolling.
There we go. Welcome to Twist Grip Tales and Aaron. So here we are at our friends at Eurobrit, and we've got Daryl driving the dyno today. Now the men are pumping up the back tyre because at the moment it's a bit flat, and a flat back tyre can rob us of anything up to 10 horsepower, and we're not sure we've got that much to spare at the moment. So we want to get as much power from the engine, through the gearbox, down the chain, into the back wheel and into this dyno that we can. How much are we going to find? We've got no idea. We're going to find out this afternoon. Okay, so we've got a bet on at the moment. Aaron says we've got 9.5 horsepower. I think we've got maybe 9 horsepower, and Lachlan's taking the low ball at 8.5 horsepower. And Daryl's wondering whether we've got any horsepower at all. So this engine is a little bit smaller than your average lawnmower. We're going to try and make this the world's fastest motorcycle, Movember coming up, and world's fastest Braaap. That's what we're aiming for. So we're going to find out what it is. We've got a catalytic converter on this. What sort of performance enhancing does a catalytic converter do, Aaron?
Not much.
Not much. It's a restriction to help make the exhaust cleaner. And on the salt, when you're trying to go for speed, we don't want clean air, we want clean speed. That's what we need. We've got a tiny little carburettor. We've got a rev-limited ignition system. But we're going to find out what all that adds up to when we get this little baby started up on the dyno. All right, let's have these boys do their magic. Now this is what we're going to be doing, driving this, not by me, but with the engine, and this is the sort of thing that's going to get us going over 100 miles an hour next year on the salt.
Got that one in the front?
We've taken the mudguard out, we don't need that. This is the little ignition kit up the top here. We've got the Go Fast shock absorbers on the back, jet-powered shock absorbers. I'm not sure they're going to help on the dyno. These boys are doing their best to try and chain down this bike, because with all this horsepower, who knows what sort of mayhem's likely to happen. We can't have this unleashed. We've got to have it chained right down and make sure that no mishaps. Have this fire-breathing monster strapped on so we can get all the horsepower out we can.
Any oil in it, so low friction.
Yeah, we'll tighten that up. Yep. So one of the important things we need to find out this afternoon is what the gearing will achieve, what revs achieve what road speed, because at the end of the day we need to change the gearing so that we can get this baby up over 100 miles an hour. So revs to road speed, going to be a big lesson for us to learn this afternoon. We don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. We
swapped the CDL, it'll probably make 20.
I know. But it was only showing 5,000 RPM, so...
Let's get some RPM into it.
Yeah. So we've all been gobsmacked. The wee beastie has revved its little heart out and produced just short of 20 horsepower on the dyno, which means pretty much we don't have... There he is, he's gone and taken the money, gets lobster lunch. So it's surprised us all, but the dyno doesn't lie, and but who knows what we're going to do. We're going to lighten that valve gear, try and get a bit more revs out of it, get up to 10,000 RPM. We might be pulling, who knows, at this rate, we might get over 20 horsepower out of it. And if we can get 25 plus horsepower, maybe we can get to 100 miles an hour. Let's see what happens when we get the unrestricted CDI ignition system into it. Let's see what happens. Work your magic, Daryl.
CDI's in.
Doing what I can.
Gotta
There we go.
protect
We
it.
want expert comments from Aaron.
Whoa, with the smoke it. What we have.
Let's let the smoke out. Don't let the smoke out.
Nah, it's not happy that one, is it?
What's hot?
Might be pinned differently. It's the same, though.
Wiring's all cold, which is good.
Let me introduce you to Daryl, our dyno technician down here at Eurobrit Motorcycles. Thank you for doing your work, working your magic
worries.
here this afternoon, Daryl. So tell us, what have we discovered? From your expert opinion, what have we got?
Okay, we've run the bike up, okay, and it goes okay, yeah. No ignition breakdown, it pulled nice, and we got just short of 19.5 horsepower, which is the top line. I've moved this graph around so it's more easier to see. I've moved the graph around so it's easier to see, so it's not all bunched up together. Okay, this is our power curve, okay, which is nice and flat all the way through. It made 19.4 horsepower, okay, and this is our torque graph, and it's nice and linear as well.
And what sort of revs did that go through to,
That
Daryl?
pulled through to 5,200, according to this. What comes out of the black box there, we don't know. Yeah, but that's what we got. Now we want to double it. Yeah, and we'll be able to do it.
Let's see what we can do. So thanks, Daryl. We've got a baseline now. We know what we need to improve on, and we've got lots of ideas. We just need to work our magic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for running this this machine. You've run some famous machines on this dyno as well.
A few, yeah.
So tell us about some of them.
A VMAX that we had at my previous shop. It rolled in with about 170 horsepower. When it finished, just on 200.
Wow.
An R1 that was quite famous here in Melbourne. The guy, like, a bit crazy. It made 120 when it first rolled up, and on another dyno, it made 150. I don't know. When it finished, it had 148, and I said, take it back to the other shop, and then you'll punch through 200. The thing was a weapon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
Dynos don't always, they're a measuring tool. It's always best to dyno a bike on the same dyno all the time, no matter what it reads. What you're looking at is percentage of increase, not a peak power, or you don't want a power curve that like shoots up crazy. You want something that's nice and linear, rideable, with a lot of power and a lot of torque as well. And that's the secret. I can give this thing 100 horsepower now by playing with the software, and that's not right. Or I can give it 5 horsepower by doing the software. It's not right. They're always done correctly. But yeah, what your bike pumps out is what it pumps out. When you get it modified, you're looking at percentage of increase, not a figure.
comparisons on
Yes.
using the same
Yeah.
measuring stick.
Yes.
And that's what we want to do.
Yes.
So we'll go and do our magic. We'll strip the engine down now. We'll work out what we're going to do with it. Aaron's going to do his bit, I'm going to do my bit, and then we'll bring it back and we'll see what we can do next time round. Stay tuned.
Awesome.
Thanks, Daryl.
Thank
We
you.
go. Yibbity yibbida, that's all, folks. Well, what a great afternoon it's been here with our friends at Eurobrit on the dyno. Daryl has done his magic on the dyno and we've found out what sort of horsepower this wee beastie's making, and more importantly we've found the gearing. So 129 kilometres an hour at 5,250 RPM. That means with this gearing, all we got to do is find another 2,000, 3,000 RPM, and that's our challenge, and we'll be able to meet 100 miles an hour if we can find the horsepower to pull the gearing. So that's our challenge now, to go and find that horsepower that's missing and put it inside this wee beastie, this Braaap ST250, and that's our challenge. So follow us on this quest. Is it a fool's quest, or can we really do it? I don't know. We're going to have it a darn good go. The salt will tell the truth. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and all the other things you're supposed to do, and we'll see you next time.